I've been coping with a loss of someone that's been critical in my childhood for my entire childhood. I've been coping with a loss of someone that I had on a pedestal and someone I truly loved as a father figure. I've been coping with the loss of someone that at one point I would have sacrificed my own self if it meant making sure he was okay. I recently lost the life of my stepfather. No, that title is not actually an official title, but today I want to talk to you about how I actually gave my stepdad his title. Let's go. Like diamonds, I'm watching how you glow. What's up, everybody? It's your boy AJ here, coming through your TV screen, your phone screen, your laptop screen, and beyond. How you bloody doing, mate? Coming to you with another one. Now, as I said in the beginning, I recently just got around to finish processing the passing of someone I called my stepdad. Now, when my father passed away, it was a very crucial and critical time for me. You guys know this. If you watch these videos, it's very telling and very detailed. And I was going through a lot of things at the time. A father figure at the time was non-existent until I met this man. My mother was struggling on her own with the 3 kids by herself, abandoned by our family until we met this man. My brother was without a father figure. My sister was without a father figure. I was without a father figure. My mother was without a partner until we all met this man. No, I'm going to break that down and contextualize all of that for you. For my brother never had a father-son relationship. That was absent from his life, unfortunately. But we all have to move on from the things we experience at some point. So even though that was the case for him, he kept living. My sister and I were without a father at the time. We had to keep on living. My mother was without a partner and she had to keep on living. No, the partnership between them was it's like a partnership, like a legitimate partnership, not a relationship. So let's contextualize that. It was a legitimate partnership. They became business partners. And my stepdad helped my mother and my family through what was gruesomely the worst period we've ever experienced as people. Our childhood was horrible on every front, on every level, on every scale. Through it all, my stepdad never wavered. He never fell back. He never gave up. He never quit. I stood there as a child growing up and I watched this man be my hero. I recently, my mother asked me recently because the funeral was a couple months ago, and she asked me to pay tribute because I couldn't actually fly down to Jamaica to go because I was a little bit busy. So I had to send my regards virtually, and I made a tribute and I sent it down there, and Everyone was moved by the speech and the song. It never gets easy to lose someone that is critical to you. I mean, it's a part of life, obviously, but you never get used to it. The first thing you start to do is contemplate on what made that person great. And I say this with no remorse or regret. My stepdad is my hero. Legitimately. Legit. The sad part about this is I've never gotten the chance to tell him that. So I've sat here for years thinking about just how amazing of a man he was. Wasn't perfect. He made mistakes. He ended up hurting my mother on a couple of levels, but he's human. Like every other person, we make mistakes. What is unique about him was it never became an ultimatum, which I think is bizarre. So when people selflessly sacrifice to help you, at some point in time, as humans, people will have the tendency to want to withdraw that help because they might be getting nothing in return. And that's where the selfishness of humankind comes in. When people start to see that they're just giving without receiving anything in return, we oftentimes turn on that inhumane side of ourselves. It never got to that point. It never became that. This man was so giving and so protecting and so loving, and he was there for my family every chance he got. And it never quite settled in as to why one person could be so kind. I never understood it. And he became business partners with my mother, and his wife welcomed my family and my mother into their home. Like, they cared for us in ways that my very own family never did. Like, this man that I call my stepdad, I've never actually said those words to him. I've given him a title for years now. I've never actually said it out loud to his face that he was my stepdad and he's my hero. To see someone give so much without ever asking for anything in return is mind-blowing to me, because for one, I thought I was the only person that did that. So to see something that you thought was only in you, in other people, it was kind of heartwarming. And to the day he passed away on the operation table, it was constantly the same thing. His relentlessness to be caring never wavered. And for that, this video is dedicated to my stepdad. I wish y'all could have met him. I wish I could have had him sitting next to me on this here video. I made a video a couple years ago, and not a couple years ago, I'm sorry. I made a video a couple months ago, and it said in the video, love the people who love you. If you have someone in your life that unconditionally loves you, love them back. That video was based on his wife, and by extension him, because his wife passed away before him. So she passed away a couple years, probably like 5-6 years ago, and he recently passed away. I'm saying to to you in this video now, if you have people in your life that genuinely and unconditionally love you, love them back. Because when that time comes, if there is anything that is unsaid, it is going to be the driving factor that amplifies your pain as to why they are not existing anymore. I dedicate this episode to my stepfather, and he hasn't heard me say this out loud, but I love him. And if he's anywhere in the afterlife, I hope he's okay. And I want him to know, if he can see this, if it's humanly possible for him to see this, I love him. And thank you. Thank you for everything you've done, right up until the end. If you have people in your life that love you, love them back. With that being said, with that being understood, it's your boy AJ, and I'm signing out.